How to build an authentic and long-lasting influencer brand. How world's most influential people thrived and what can we learn from them. My name is Rajesh Srinivasan. I'm a founder of Mindful Marketing, a boutique marketing strategy and thought leadership firm. I'm part of DLC's global marketing, PR, and digital company. As a marketing strategist, my mission is to transform organizations into centers of marketing excellence. I primarily do this through speaking, consulting, and mastermind sessions. There is a general misconception that if you put out enough content, be visible on social media consistently, and amass huge following, you can build an influencer brand. This could be farther from the truth. As a marketing strategist, I would tell you at the core of marketing is the product. Then comes the content, advertising, promotion, and all the other things. So, from an influencer brand perspective, you are the product. Your experience, your skills, your attitude, the knowledge which you possess, and all those things form the component of a product. Your product, an influencer brand product, I would say. So the first step to develop a long-lasting influencer brand is to identify your superpowers, your unique skills, knowledge, and experience. This is a must-have if you want to build an influencer brand. So how to do it? We need to be highly self-aware about ourselves. What is our true calling? What are some of the unique advantages which we possess? At the beginning, we may not be able to come out with the answers for all these things, but as we move forward, we need to identify the answers for these questions. Take me as an example. During the initial stage of my career, till the age of 33, I would tell you, I was struggling to find out my superpowers, my competitive advantage. I was wandering in all the directions till the age of 33. So I was drowning in self-pity. But what happened is when I did my post-graduation program in IIM Lucknow, I emerged as a batch topper. That was the first time in my entire life I was winning an award for something. So that was an epiphany moment in my life. I found that I need to do something on marketing. So post which I have authored my own book, went on to deliver keynote sessions in various conferences. I started doing consulting, workshops, and all those things eventually fall in place because I identified my superpowers. So we need to think like a superhero or shiro, as they say, and see how we can save the world using our experience, knowledge, and skill. So we need to think as if we are born to save the world. So that should be the big picture thinking we need to have when it comes to building an influencer brand. I mean a true influencer brand, not just someone who put out some random content on social media and think that I'm an influencer brand. No. So the second step is to identify our own vehicle. When I studied, when I researched the world's most influential people, I could notice a pattern. Most of them ride on something. Number one is a rented vehicle. So the rented vehicle is nothing but you identify a trend in your environment, a problem in your environment, and ride on that to find meaning in whatever you do and to derive your personal success. It is not just on a selfish sense. You really want to contribute to something else which is happening around you. Let me give you some examples of the influencer brands. Mahatma Gandhi, he found his country suffering in the clutches of British people. So he found that as a rented vehicle and he jumped into that situation and he used his superpowers to save his country. So that is what I mean when it comes to rented vehicle. For Steve Jobs, his rented vehicle is the emergence of personal computers in 1970s and the unprecedented power unleashed by this new software. He leveraged these trends to build some breakthrough products like iPhone, Macintosh. These products have changed our lives, right? So we need to find an external environment and leap on it to build our influencer brand. Even if normal people like us can find opportunities in our own external environment, even if we are part of an organization, we can find that challenge or a problem and be part of it. Be part of it and make that as a vehicle or rented vehicle. So the next type of vehicle is the personal vehicle. It could be your own business model, your business idea, your own product, your own service. If you are a businessman, if you are an artist or performer, it could be your own record labels, your own IPs, intellectual properties. If you are a thinker, you could write your own book, some frameworks, concepts. These are our own personal vehicles. For example, we all know Philip Kotler, right? His 4 Ps of marketing is his own personal vehicle. He has developed that framework, and it is widely taught across business schools in the world, right? Mother Teresa's personal vehicle is something which she has observed in her environment. It is both a rented vehicle and a personal vehicle. She saw poor people suffering and used her superpower, that is empathy, to save them, right? So these are some of the vehicles which we can use to build an influencer brand. I mean, a true and authentic influencer brand. So the third most important thing is we need to build credibility through small wins. I always give this example in my keynote sessions. If you're a sportsman, when you venture out to play, when you start out your career journey, you play at the school level, and then you go and play at the district level, then the state level, national level, and international level. So at each and every stage, you play your game really well, and the selectors and all the other people watch how you play and select you to the next level of the game. So these are the stages which is there in most of the things which we do in our life, these type of stages. So the most important aspect is to play the game at each and every stage exceptionally well, deliver breakthrough performance even if you are given a small opportunity. Prove your worth there. So most of us, the problem is when we are in stage 1, we think about stage 3 and 4, and even people who perform at the stage 3 and 4, sometimes imposter syndrome strikes us. We don't play out our game naturally at our level. So the ideal way to do something big is to play the small games really well and build credibility through that. It's very, very important. And the fourth most important thing is impact is very, very important than popularity. Take Abdul Kalam as an example. He never had a PR wing, right? So he didn't focus on popularity component. He would have never asked, how can I become popular? His focus was on the impact. He want India to be the superpower by 2022. So if you want to build an authentic influencer brand, the focus should be on the impact, not on the popularity. The beautiful part is, if we run behind impact, popularity chases us. Popularity becomes a byproduct. If you are a politician, if you are a business owner, if you are a religious leader, if you are a thinker, the best way to build your influencer brand more organically is to focus on your game. Play your game well, and popularity, revenue, and all those things will come as a byproduct. Just to wrap up things, number one, focus on your superpowers. You are the product of your influencer brand. Focus on your experience, skills, knowledge, and attitude. Number two, identify your vehicles. It could be your rented vehicle, which is there in the environment, or you could build your own personal vehicle. The third point, build credibility through small wins. And number four, focus on the impact, not popularity. My message to DLC members today is to understand the yin and yang of entrepreneurship. Yin and yang is a Chinese concept which says there are contradictory forces at play in the entire universe. It could be the day and light, male, female, dark, light, hard, soft. Though the yin component of the world are the soft elements, and the yang component are the hard elements. So these two forces, contradictory forces, are at play everywhere, and the most important aspect is these are all highly interconnected. So these are contradictory forces but are highly interrelated. So I am going to share something which is very similar, the yin and yang in the entrepreneurship. It's very, very important because as entrepreneurs, we deal with a lot of contradictory things in our day-to-day life, but it's very important to find balance between these two by identifying the interconnectedness amongst this. I'll just share with you 5 yin and yangs of entrepreneurship. The yin element, that is the soft element, and the yang element, which is nothing but the hard element. So on the inside, you focus on the purpose, and on the yang side, you focus on the profits. So purpose and profits. And the next yin and yang is, on one side, that is yin side, you explore. On the other side, you exploit. So these are contradictory forces, but they are highly interconnected. The third one is ideate, execute. Contradictory forces, but highly interconnected. The fourth one, the yin component, is the intuition driven, and the yang component is the data driven. So the fifth component, the final one of the yin and yang of entrepreneurship, is on the inside, the soft side, you focus on people. On the yang side, you focus on performance. The idea which I am trying to drive across is you don't see this as separate and fall prey onto only one side of the equation. We human beings sometimes get into one side of the equation and miss out the next other side. So for entrepreneurs, it's very, very important to stand right in between the yin and yang and find balance between the two sides. I've just shared 5 components of yin and yang, but if you're an entrepreneur, if you sit inside your business and see, you will find a lot of contradictory forces day in and day out, and you will also notice the interconnectedness of it. Thank you.